We're going to initiate the programming right now.
So why?
Let's end the music.
Beyond everything we
Welcome, agents of the DIA. I'm Pat, the Protective Agency Technology. I've been activated due to Agent Proper's misfortune of being kidnapped by an agent of the Pig Roach. And today, we are going to look back and see how the Pig Roach has reacted in the past to different topics. It's an interesting thing because, well, Mr. Piggy Roach here hates reaction videos. And because of that, we will take a look back into the important things he reacted to. Now, take in mind that the Pig Roach goes ahead and reacts to things that are important to him. The only thing important to him is money. He loves his money. So we are going to start here, where the Pig Roach reacts to YouTube ads being removed. Now I want to point out a couple things to you agents. That the Pig Roach is wearing his signature black begging shirt. He is also chainless, so it's past panda time. And again, it is something important to him. Losing revenue from YouTube ads. So he is going to pop up, and it will be very, very interesting.
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here with a special vlog. This time around, I'm going to talk about all of the, not necessarily drama, all right, but the controversy, the information, the misinformation, the situation that's been going on YouTube over the past week regarding the new, and you'll see why I'm doing this in quotation marks later, the new YouTube ad monetization policy
I did not get bored.
for YouTube videos that seems to be affecting quite a lot.
I am Pat.
If you haven't been paying
Agency Protective Protocol.
All right. I had tons of people come to me and ask me, Phil, will you make a video about this? Because the bottom line is, I've been on YouTube for 8 years. I've been doing YouTube for a living.
Oh wow, 8 years, huh?
5 years. So with over
begging for 5 years.
6,000 videos that I've uploaded to YouTube. When people start coming out, both bigger YouTubers and small-time people, it's not just, it seems to be an issue affecting just one group, but a wide variety of people are coming out and saying, all of a sudden this week I started getting emails from YouTube saying that they're turning off monetization, i.e. advertisements, on a bunch of my videos, and I don't understand why and what's going on. So when this started happening, people contacted me and said, Phil, you've got 60,000 videos on YouTube. Have you been affected? Okay?
Good. Snort right into the mic.
Now to make this video, because people asked me as early as like Wednesday this week.
Oh, the chain is there. Look at it.
YouTubers started talking about it. It's very simple. I wanted to wait and see what was going to happen, both with myself and with the situation regarding the supposed ad revenue change on YouTube. Because the bottom line is, a lot of YouTubers this week kind of, they turned into Chicken Little. Let's put it that way, okay? They said, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. All ad revenue is disappearing from YouTube. They're censoring videos. They're going to pick and choose what videos can have ads on them. It's going to be like you can't talk about certain things on YouTube and make a living anymore. The sky is falling.
You really can't.
YouTube. To the point where I'm not even kidding you, it was a top trend on Twitter this week. I think it was like YouTube party is over or something like that. And they were
just like Twitch party's over? Did you react to that yet, Phil?
No, YouTube is going to fall apart as it seems now because of this, all right? I'm here to tell you what I've learned over the course of the week, not by making drama videos about it to get cheap clicks, but by listening, by simply opening my ears, by reading different things, articles, listening to other YouTubers and seeing what they've had to say.
He only reads headlines off of Twitter, by the way.
Conclusion of what is really going on YouTube regarding this situation, all right? So allow me to explain. And by the way,
right in the mic.
Killing me, so I apologize for that. Here's what happened. Earlier this week, Phil DeFranco, if you don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber. He's been around for over 10 years, longer than I have been on YouTube, making a living doing it. Huge. I think he's got like 3-4 million subscribers, something like that. He is a daily vlogger, all right? Now, a lot of people like to say, oh, he's a news guy. He talks about the news. Wrong. He's a vlogger. Every day he does a vlog video regarding some different topic. Sometimes it is covering like a news story and he'll give his spin on it. Sometimes it's YouTube drama where he's got people like PewDiePie and this person and that person.
Oh no, not Pewds again.
Drama that they're involved in on YouTube. A lot of fluff in there. But sometimes he covers serious topics. It's different. He's just a vlogger. He covers all kinds of wide variety of stuff. He was around during that burgeoning era of YouTube when vlogging was becoming popular, and he's still here today. He's made it into not only a living, but he's got all these sponsorship deals. He's very
See, the best part about a Pig Roach reaction video is you get flailing arms, bug eyes, and he's going to turn this all around and make it be about him at the end of the day.
Subsequently, he made a video about it on YouTube, basically stating YouTube has started to contact him in email form, saying that they're removing advertisements from his videos. Now, is it all of his videos? No. The guy's been around for 10 years. He does a vlog almost every day. So you can imagine how many videos the guy's uploaded to YouTube. He had a specific, I think it was like 12 or something like that initially that he got this message about, saying that for whatever reason, these videos didn't have content that was deemed ad approved worthy or something like that. Like there was some new fancy
much like my content. I would not be monetized in a heartbeat.
Videos of his and saying they could no longer be monetized on YouTube, meaning no more ads, meaning he couldn't make money on those videos anymore. Okay. Now when he looked into it, he said there didn't appear to be any consistency between the videos. It wasn't like they were all on the same topic. It wasn't like in each video he was ranting like a lunatic or swearing at the top of his lungs like it was something really inappropriate. He wasn't insulting. He wasn't being racist. It wasn't anything that you would think would be overtly offensive in these particular videos that seem to have been flagged by YouTube. And it was disturbing because he's like, listen, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. It's kind of like almost feeling like I'm being betrayed. This was my format to always air my thoughts in vlog form and make a living doing it. And now all of a sudden after 10 years, YouTube's going to tell me I'm not PC. I'm not good enough to be on the website and I can't monetize my videos anymore. Well, that was kind
We
of
got those nice
what he was saying.
chest
Said,
touches
well,
there.
the news is, you know, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I got 4 million subscribers, so I ended up getting all these sponsorships outside of YouTube. Technically, I don't even need YouTube revenue anymore. So even if they turn off all of my ads, I can still continue to make videos on YouTube, and I'll still be fine. So don't worry about it. I've been moving to kind of get off of YouTube as the main source of my income for many years now anyway. So basically what he's saying was, I'm getting these notices. I don't know where they're coming from, and I don't understand it. And I'm afraid that I will lose my ad revenue, but for me, it's not a big deal. But if it's happening to me, it's gonna be happening to other YouTubers as well, okay? Supposedly, his manager, whoever it is, like behind the scenes, his producer, whoever works with him on his videos, contacted YouTube behind the scenes, and YouTube basically came back and said, it's not a mistake, it's intentional, and it's sticking, we're not undoing it, and yes, you can expect this kind of thing to happen moving forward in the future. Damn. That was pretty blatant, just saying, no, it's not a mistake. We did it on purpose. Those videos are not ad-worthy.
Some weird chin touching.
Wow. Okay. Over the course of the week, more videos seem to be getting flagged. Now, like I said, it wasn't just big YouTubers who were being affected, although there were, like Boogie. You know, Boogie2988 or whatever the hell his name is on YouTube.
You know who he is.
Yes, he does other stuff.
He's
like
fat.
He does reviews stuff, but mostly vlogging and skits and stuff like that involving him talking to a camera. He had a video that supposedly was him talking about suicide and how it's not worth it and how it's worth it to live, trying to coach people to not be suicidal and stuff like that. And he's like, wow, so according to YouTube, coaching people out of killing themselves is not ad.
Wait, just 1 second. Is that the same Boogie who goes ahead and sends messages towards people who follow him on Twitter about how he's going to commit suicide? Is that the same guy? You know, the guy with the weird puppet now? It's really odd that Phil is talking about another YouTuber like this, yet again. And he's trying to give Boogie some praise for coaching other people to not commit suicide. And he's trying to say that YouTube is in the wrong here. And that's what the ultimate goal for him is that YouTube is wrong for taking people's money away from them. They're taking my money away from me. That is the overall arc of this 30-minute video.
Worthy. Wow, what a great website, right? Now, other people who had no
He doesn't like YouTube at all anymore. He hates YouTube, to be honest.
A person who had done a vlog regarding Sonic 2006, basically saying that it was like an unplayable piece of crap, and here's why. And that video supposedly got flagged. There's people who made, I actually just saw one on Twitter earlier today. It was this guy named SaberSpark, and I guess his video was on different kinds
Oh,
of...
you don't like the modulated voice? I can fix that.
And I think
Just messing around with something different for a change.
caricatures of Hitler and caricatures
If you want
of other people...
actual agent proper voice, I can
heavily laden cartoons,
turn that off.
Thing. So,
There we go.
his video, not ad-worthy, according to YouTube. So it doesn't seem like there's any consistency. We've got vloggers being hit, right?
Shut down the voice
We've
changer.
got people who are making other kinds of videos being hit. What is the real deal here? At first, people thought, oh, it's just YouTubers who are making drama videos, because there were people like Keemstar.
Just try to keep
and
it fresh
others
and
who
change
did
it up,
drama
you know.
style videos who were getting a bunch
Mess
of
around with
videos
different things, different ideas.
flagged as not ad-worthy, okay? And so at first that's what people thought, but then all of a sudden
We'll change it back to
people
the
other people
just
who were
normal,
nowhere near as
proper
big and
voice.
doing other kinds of videos. So obviously it wasn't the case. It wasn't just the vloggers. It wasn't just the drama queens of YouTube. It was other people too who were being affected. So what's going on, right? So all this was going on earlier this week, and I stayed silent on the subject because I wanted to see if it was going to affect me. And I kind of sat
course
around
it
and
was.
I waited, and I was like, well, let's see. Am I going to get an email? I mean, I've only got 60,000 videos on YouTube. I'm sure one of them's going to get freaking flagged at this point, right? So I'm looking, get nothing. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm lucky. Maybe YouTube just didn't get around to me yet. It's weird because some of the YouTubers who did get affected were way smaller than me, while some were way bigger. I'm kind of in the middle, so I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where
But I
he
said,
is.
you know
Is in the
what?
middle.
I'm not going to talk about it publicly.
Good morning. Good morning.
Information.
How are you?
So I waited. And then, as the week progressed on, YouTube issued a formal statement about the whole situation, okay? Their statement was basically that their policy didn't change. They're like, there is no new YouTube ad revenue or YouTube monetization video policy. It's the same policy we've always had since day one. Here it is. They brought it up, right? And in this policy, it says at any time, YouTube can deem a YouTube video not worthy of monetization for the following reasons. Controversial topics, swearing or profuse language.
Oh, like mine. Okay.
Has to do with
Gotcha.
Politics, race, sex, sexual orientation. You know, all this kind of stuff brought up. And you know,
This is all stuff that is
rule set.
just universally
It could be very
talked about to not say anything about. You can't do those topics if you want monetization on any platform.
Joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. So YouTube's basically saying, listen, we didn't change anything. These policies have already been in effect. But what did change this week is we changed the way that we notify you, the uploader, of this issue. Okay? What we do now, moving forward, is when we have a video where we're going to take the monetization off of it, we are going to email you personally via whatever the contact email is on that associated YouTube channel.
So his Hotmail account.
I use your video manager, which is a queue that every YouTuber has who uploads videos. You can see all your videos there that you've ever uploaded and how many views they have, likes, dislikes, if it's been monetized and stuff like that. So what they're going to do is put a new icon in that queue saying no monetization is possible, it's been disabled on this video. However, YouTube has stated the big change for this week is that there's now a dispute feature. So if you have a video that you uploaded and it gets demonetized automatically by YouTube, you can dispute it. You can choose to dispute it.
Here's the thing. I learned from Memology 101 that you need to go ahead and dispute all monetization claims on your videos. Any copyright strike, any of that. Just dispute it immediately. Because you have the right to. I mean, what's the worst that they're going to say? Is no? Too bad? It works. I've been hit by different copyright strikes for different things. And other little community strikes. That kind of stuff works. You dispute it right away. And it's that easy.
We'll go to a human, supposedly, who will check the video. Okay, they'll determine yay or nay. Alright? And then determining yay or nay, once they determine the answer...
Oh, I'm getting a weird feedback if I turn up the Master Piggy Roach. You'll start hearing it bleed in.
Just never make advertisement revenue ever again on YouTube. All right. So basically, what YouTube's saying is we didn't change anything. Our process has always been the same, but now we have this method where we're going to contact you when we do it, and we're going to give you a possibility to dispute it. All right.
Huh.
So this was good news, right? Well, And the reason I say that is because that is such a bad answer from YouTube. What YouTube should have said was, oh yeah, this is a totally new policy and we're enforcing it now. Instead, they're basically saying, oh no, this policy has always been in effect, but now we're telling you when we take ads off your videos. Which means, if you read between the lines, they've been doing this all along. They've been taking ads off of videos forever.
There we go, I fixed it.
Based on their
That's a lot
monetization
better.
criteria. They just weren't telling anyone. So
Learn something new.
YouTubers, people
Cool.
like me who make a living on YouTube, big YouTubers, small YouTubers, everyone who uploads videos to YouTube and puts ads on their videos could have been having monetization removed from their videos. There was no way to tell. There wasn't even an icon next to the video to say the ads are gone from this video. There was literally no way to know. Okay? And because there was no
ease of
policy,
use,
it
huh,
really
Phil?
wouldn't have mattered if they removed the
You
ads.
can't
they
look
removed
through
the
an
ads,
email?
no recourse to go back to YouTube and say, what gives, why are the ads gone? So if you can believe it, this has been apparently something that's been happening since the beginning of YouTube ad revenue and monetization of videos. So that's a big problem, right? Because now YouTubers are like, well, it's good to know that it wasn't just certain YouTubers being targeted.
Technology is a
and now we
bit
have dispute
easier
process,
here
That's great,
when-
but now you're telling me how much money did I lose over
when
the
you
years,
look into
right?
things.
So all this is going on. This was around maybe later in the week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, almost Friday. And I'm still reading my emails. I'm like, I haven't gotten anything yet. I haven't gotten anything yet. You know, nothing. No emails, no notifications from YouTube. The ad revenue's been disabled on any of my videos. So I'm just going to say, whatever. You know, I'm going to keep listening to the internet. I'm going to keep trying to pay attention. And I'm going to try to figure out what's going on and get to the bottom of this before I make a video. All right?
Huh.
So then finally over the weekend, more information finally started surfacing. YouTubers started to data dive, you know, dig deep into the data regarding these public videos that we knew had ad revenue denied by YouTube or disabled by YouTube, and they tried to find some commonalities, okay? And they did.
Yeah,
right?
you can easily
In fact,
search for
some
your
YouTubers
emails.
started coming out and saying, you know what, I
He
found out
just
a few
doesn't
years
want to.
ago
He's too
that
lazy.
a particular video of mine had ads turned off, and I did because these were higher profile YouTubers. I did approach YouTube through whatever avenue, probably their manager or production company or whatever. They went behind the scenes of YouTube, and YouTube told me why. Here's the real deal. So here you go, everyone. You want the answer of what's been going on this week? Here it is. From the mouth of YouTube.
Explain it.
Here's the real deal. YouTube does not actively watch these videos at all.
Oh no.
Nope.
What?
Just like,
What are
remember
you
when I
talking
got all
about?
those false copyright strikes last year?
Oh.
Do you remember 3 years ago at the end of 2013 when all of a sudden everyone on YouTube had their videos mass claimed by...
No, I'm going to stop there, right there. Some of these copyright strikes that he's talking about were the videos at the very end of certain games. Now, the developer did not want that kind of content to be released because of spoilers. So they wanted people to go and buy the games and seek out the end for their own to be able to see how that game ends. And Phil was raging mad when he got these copyright strike claims. But he thought they were false, and he thought all these other things. Nope, they were legit. The developer just didn't want somebody to go ahead and put out their ending of the game that they've been working so hard on. And, you know, there was a time where false flagging did happen on YouTube quite often. People show up and just be like, nope, that's my content, and it would run right over the top of creators. But this system that YouTube went ahead and implemented here tried to put a stop to that and made it easier on them to see who could be monetized or not.
third-party companies basically
So he's going to call YouTube lazy here.
You want to know why those things happen? Because YouTube doesn't have humans do any work. YouTube employs bots. That's right.
Oh,
bots
like
written
you
by
do.
Google employees. And those bots have algorithms. And those algorithms go all over the fucking website looking for particular words, looking for particular sound snippets, right? If you get that one little blip of a song in your video, they'll think it's the whole song and they'll flag it and try to give the copyright rights to a third-party music company. And, you know, if you have a picture that's just a picture from the internet of someone and you're doing a review, oh, they'll flag the picture and say that that's someone else's copyright, right? So now we're finding out it's not just copyright, it's also for this kind of legitimization of ad revenue. And what we found is that there's common themes and words that YouTube will look for, and if it sees these either in the title of your videos or the tags, it will be automatically flagged by the bots, the YouTube bots, as a video.
I don't understand the hand flailing when he talks about bots. I think that the Pig Roach struggles with
rape culture,
understanding what bots
or
are.
like sexual words and innuendos like penis or breasts, vagina, stuff like that.
Oh no.
Suicide, how to kill yourself, terrorism.
Do you think he
ISIS,
actually
bomb
looked that
making,
up?
How to make a bomb, that kind of.
I want to know, do you think Pig Roach sat there and actually typed this up, like how to kill yourself, into YouTube and tried to find videos on that? I mean, with his face, maybe.
Stuff, all right? Anything that has to do with these controversial topics. Not only that, but in a lot of cases, politics sometimes, but not always. It's funny because if you make a video about Hillary and Trump going at it for the presidency in America, you probably won't get anything. But if you're talking about like nasty stuff, like really nasty stuff, you might get flagged. All right, like I don't know, like Donald Trump is a Nazi or something. Donald Trump is a racist KKK member, right? Then maybe you'll get flagged, something like that. And it's
I don't understand why that would be flagged, but all right, sure.
This, right? But then
whatever you
data
want.
diving into the data. So that let's take an example. That video from Boogie, where he was basically coaching teens into not committing suicide. If you have a bad time, don't do it. It's better off. You can seek help here. You can seek help here. In the tags of that video are tags such as suicide.
Does look like the Boulder King, doesn't he?
You know, tags that if you read those tags, you'd be like, damn, you know, that's not good stuff. That's controversial topics, right? If you look at some of the videos from Phil DeFranco that got the ads removed, it's rape culture, rape. And it's funny because I made a video a few months back right here on the King of Hate Vlogs, all right? That video was about Toby Turner during his big scandal when girls were coming out. Well, one particular girl came out and said...
I thought he didn't take shots at other content creators, though.
Stories, right?
Right?
That vlog didn't get demonetized. Do you want to know why? Because I didn't say Toby Turner rape in the title of my video. I didn't put rape in the tags or the, you know, I didn't do something stupid like that. I mean, duh. Why would you put words like that? So are people searching for that, you know, on YouTube? Someone's going to search for rape?
It's exactly why
search for that
they're in the title.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, but apparently some YouTubers don't have common sense. They think that, like, that's going to get their video viewed or something because you put rape culture and, you know, that kind of stuff in the description, in the tags of your video. I would never do something like that. You want to know what my video said? Toby Turner scandal. And that was it. And I don't care if it didn't hit the top search on YouTube for a vlog because I didn't put rape in the fucking title or description or tags of the video. But guess what? My ads are still enabled on that vlog.
So he's still making money off of somebody else's scandal.
What it comes
That's
down
what he's telling you.
Behind the scenes of YouTube, all right? YouTube's always been doing this. They've been looking
Yeah,
for these controversial words, controversial things like that. And if you have words that are, you know, dark words, serious words in your tags or your title, your video is going to get demonetized on YouTube. I have 60,000 videos on YouTube. I have had, to my knowledge, 0 videos demonetized. Now, there could be videos that were demonetized, all right? Because the bottom line is, until this week, they weren't notifying anyone, okay? But, I mean, how many videos do you really think might have had something terrible, like sex in the title of a video, right? Hardcore sex or something like that. I had a video. It was Leanna and I were at a hotel years ago, and for a laugh, what we did is we went to their cable box, and we were searching for the on-demand porn that you could get at the hotel room for
Yes, I remember that video.
And all we did, there was no nudity or anything in it. It was just us reading the absolutely hilarious names of these pornos from the box. And we titled it Hardcore Sex. And guess what? The video not only got demonetized, it got flagged for sexual content. Even though there was none in the video, it was just us reading the names of
it still counts as sexual content if you're reading off a video name called Backdoor Sluts 9.
But there's no ads, nothing will ever be on it. It's just there to be watched, and that's it. So that's basically what's happening with all these YouTubers' videos who've been tagging and titling with these controversial shit over the years to get views. But guess what? They've had all the ads removed and they never realized it until this week when YouTube finally started notifying people. Holy crap, right? That's the situation that's really going on here. So, here's the bottom line. You hear a video about Sonic 2006, how it's a bad game, right? And it gets flagged for this video has misinformation in it. Well, no one watched that video. I'm just going to blatantly say that. No one watched the video. There was no human at Google who sat down and watched the video. They don't do that. They don't do that unless it gets to like a second or third flagging level. Then a human will actually watch your video. There's something in the tags, right? So maybe it was
He
like,
loves that
piece of
saying.
shit,
I mean,
you know,
he must have watched a
something really
lot of
nasty,
WWE
piece
to
of
be like,
shit,
the
garbage
bottom line
game,
is...
worst game ever. You put that kind of stuff, then maybe, just maybe, your
Because
video
he thinks
will
it
be flagged for demonetization.
makes a better point,
But
I guess?
my review of, you know what I'm going to say? My review of Homefront the Revolution from back in May that I said was the worst game I'd ever played still has ads on it. Almost 1 million views, still has ads on it. Because I didn't say in the tag, piece of shit. I didn't say, fuck the game developers.
That seems like braggadocious, though. Why are you going ahead and bragging about it?
I said, it's the worst game I've ever played. Guess what? You can't disprove that. There's no way you could say that that's misinformation. How do you tell me that a game that I played isn't the worst I've ever played? You can't. It's an opinion. Therefore, you can't dispute it. Video's fine. You know? So, there you have it. I may have had videos over the years that have had the ads taken off of them. I wouldn't know because they didn't notify anyone until this week. But I've never seen any, like, big plummeting ad revenue. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like all of a sudden, oh my God.
Yeah, haven't you?
All of a sudden, there was nothing happening on any of my videos or anything like that. No. So, to my knowledge, as long as you do it with common sense in your head when you're YouTubing, you know, when you're not desperate to try to get every possible fucking view, so let's use controversial words and topics in our titles and our fucking tags and use all this stupid shit, you'll probably be okay, alright? The problem is...
So you're
YouTube
fine
was
with
the
staying the
Wild
course
West for a
just to
long
make sure
time,
you
and
can
there was
make
no
ends meet,
enforcement
huh,
of
Phil?
any of the rules. They had all these rules, and they were never enforced, or if they were enforced, no one knew about it, so people would use every,
That's weird.
big titties on a fucking thumbnail of a video that has nothing to do with a girl with big titties, and then finally they started policing that a couple years ago.
Right,
Right?
he straight up shits on people now.
If you classified your video incorrectly, so you would say, oh, my video is big giant tits is the name of your video, but you classify it under geography. Why? Because when people are searching for geography, your video will show up first because obviously a lot of people saw big tits, right? So people used to do that. They would game the system, classify their videos incorrectly, put tags that have nothing to do with their videos. That's all this is. It's people using these ways to get cheap views on YouTube, and it's blowing up in their fucking faces, quite honestly, okay?
So he's saying he's the honest
so that's that.
YouTuber
now. One
now.
final thing that I want to just finish with here, all right? I don't agree with it. I don't think that YouTube should be policing videos to say that this is okay for ads and this isn't. However, advertisers should have the right. If you may not realize this, because you may not have a marketing background like I do, you can go to school for business. In any other
marketing
entertainment
background.
medium, whether you're talking television,
Yet his business is
you're
failing
talking
right
movies,
now.
You're talking, baseball games, I should have just said sports. Sports, anything, print advertising, right? Anywhere where you see advertisements, those advertisements are placed there by advertisers specifically who say, wow, I want to advertise on that show. And advertisers actually compete to have their ads run on a show where maybe they feel that the person who watches that show is the kind of person who would buy their product. So obviously if you're running a, let's say an ad for a super feminist show on what's the name of that network for women? Oh God,
he's
I can't remember
struggling.
what it's called now.
He's struggling.
I'm sure those networks are supposed to be just for women, women's themed programming. Running that on like a super masculine show, you know what I mean? Like some fucking the sports heavy sports content or something like that. Something that's like real masculine.
Wait,
show,
women can't like sports?
Kitty sexual style humor. You probably don't want to run an ad for the women's network during that show, right? But here's the thing: what's been going on with YouTube? Advertisers weren't given that power. They're not. Wow, I really like Phil DeFranco's vlog style videos. I would like the opportunity to run my advertisements on Phil DeFranco's videos. YouTube would say, we don't work like that.
Phil is right. YouTube does not work like that. However, advertisers and businesses have every right to reach out and contact you personally and directly and say, hey, I like your videos. I would like to sponsor your videos. All you have to do is say this, lovely little, paragraph that we print out for you. Fill in the blanks, read it off the script, and maybe we'll have our logo in the corner somewhere. Done deal. So if somebody's white hot popular, say somebody like Dr. Disrespect, who has his own flavors and stuff like that of different supplements, that company realized how big he is, reached out to him, signed some form of a contract or an agreement so that they could have work together to bring in more revenue. So that somebody like Dr. Disrespect doesn't have to worry so much about YouTube ad revenue being affected. But the problem is, somebody like the Pig Roach here will never be sponsored again. We all remember that sponsorship saga where he thought he got the chair. Oh, I got the chair, dude, so it doesn't matter. Well, you hosed yourself. You got hit by a fake company. You bought the chair. He paid for it. You turned around and said, oh, yeah, tried to plug out the place. And then the next day, sponsorship gone. And he blamed the trolls when it's not the trolls. If somebody was smart enough to look up, hey, I like your videos. Hey, let me do some research, though. Yeah, that's the thing. You do some research and you find that Phil gets talked about in poor light all the time. You don't want to go ahead and be connected to him. Just ask Twitch when they went ahead and put out that tweet. Whoops. Bunch of backlash and comments about them supporting Darkside Phil. Uh-oh. We spelled his name wrong, luckily. So why don't we take down that tweet, that tweet. So nobody can align themselves with Darkside Phil and sponsor him and his stuff. Because you can't at this point in time.
Buy a chunk of advertising from us, and we just fucking put it on whatever we feel like. Okay? So if you're wondering, gee, I wonder why there may be ads that are being disabled on YouTube, I get the feeling what it is that when advertisers put their videos on YouTube, they get like a questionnaire, right? It's like a check sheet. And the check sheet says
Patreon is supposed
to sports style videos.
Show up and help him
my product.
Go ahead and
on videos about this, sure,
and supplement his income so he can pay those daily costs for video games and electricity and his internet bill.
They probably have a checkbox.
So he doesn't pay for anything but the electricity and the internet bill with that $445.
Suicide, Hitler, it's like the blacklist of shit that no one wants to advertise for anywhere on the planet Earth. How many advertisers do you think check that box off, right? Oh, yeah, Hitler. I fucking love Hitler. Check that shit off. Yeah, advertise on those videos, right?
What?
No, it's not going to happen. So, inevitably, what's probably
Hitler,
happened,
yeah.
and
I mean, if I'm talking about history, that's something different. Maybe somebody who's into history would like to promote your product.
YouTube just keeps buying them. And then all of a sudden they realize, I'm not getting anything out of it, or I'm not getting what I expected out of it anymore. I bought $1 million of advertising on YouTube, and I can't see any concrete results that my sales went up. So obviously something's wrong here. Maybe I'm advertising to the wrong customer base or whatever. And I get the feeling that advertisers are constantly talking with YouTube behind the scenes, trying to hash this system out.
I mean, personally, I'm sick of YouTube ads. From all the stuff I watch about Phil or anything else that I enjoy, majority of the ads are mobile game ads right now.
And YouTube drama and all these tags that are controversial. It's just a no-brainer. Think about when you watch a video on YouTube. You're watching a video game playthrough, all right? And as you're watching that game playthrough, halfway through this 20-minute video, an ad plays for a brand
Good
new
Samaritans
video game.
watch him. Hey, Red Fox, what's going on?
That's maybe a correctly targeted advertisement, right? Because you're watching a game, maybe you'll be interested in the game that they're advertising in the video.
It'll be great.
No brainer. That's targeted
Vacation's
advertising
about to
that works.
start.
All right, I'm watching a Phil
That's going to be fun.
video
I got
about
Pig Roach
this
files
YouTuber said a
ready to
nasty
go.
thing about another YouTuber,
Hopefully we can
and then
find
they got into it.
Agent
And by the
Proper
way,
here
this
soon.
YouTuber is infamously known for being a douchebag behind the scenes, and people really don't like to work with him. Oh, 10 minutes through that video, an ad runs for a movie. It's not associated with anything in the video because there's no advertisements in regards to the fucking YouTuber gossip bullshit. There's entire channels on YouTube that have millions of views because these kiddies, right? I love the drama on YouTube. I love to watch drama videos on YouTube. How is that advertiser friendly? Who the fuck watching a video
Because it
about
brings
the
in
shitty
viewers.
drama queens of YouTube who just all they do is talk about drama on YouTube? Who the fuck would buy a product from watching an ad on their video? No one.
Yeah, but next time you're at the store, maybe you see something advertised from that video, and you turn around and you go, hey, cool, I saw that on that product. I might try it.
This nasty thing. This YouTuber over here is a dick, but this one's an asshole. I love these videos. They're great. You know, the fucking maturity in your head of like a 7-year-old. You're not going to go out and buy a product because you watched a video, an ad on those videos. That's not that kind of person. So all the advertisements you're putting on these drama videos on YouTube, you might as well just fucking take that advertisement revenue and fucking roll it.
Oh, I love ad blocker.
Because that's where
But
that
still,
money's
you get
going.
hit by ads
I mean,
every now and
that
then.
YouTuber's making tons
That's
of money on
annoying.
ad revenue that's turning into no sales of product. That's the bottom line. And you got to think about it, really, with the kind of content
Again,
that
with the
people produce
bottom
on
line,
YouTube,
huh?
What is really advertiser friendly and what isn't? The bottom line is a lot of the popular stuff on YouTube is for the lowest common denominator of person.
I turned it
right?
off.
It's for the person who jumps on YouTube and watches one video a day.
It's getting some
That
weird
was a stupid
feedback,
gag,
and
closes
I
it,
wanna try
and
something
that's it. There was
different,
no
but-
ad revenue made there. No, he didn't go run out and buy a product because a video played on a fucking PewDiePie video or whatever. There's nothing to be seen. There's
Suspend
nothing.
that disbelief
it's
for
not pertinent
now.
Advertising.
Okay,
And
Agent
that's, I
420.
think, what's going on behind the scenes with these advertisers. They're finally wising up and saying, some of these biggest YouTubers aren't making us any money. You know? They're not. We're running ads on their videos and no one gives a fuck because the video was fluff. People just wanted to hear this YouTuber take a stab at another YouTuber or insult a celebrity or do something stupid and meaningless.
Like your
no
Pro
actual
Jared?
quality in the fucking video. It's
Video?
just fluff. And you're not going to sell a product on a video like that. You're just not. Versus a
So,
gameplay.
you
video
shouldn't
with a game
advertise
advertised on it. Maybe
on
a
Phil's
movie review, right?
debunked
There's
stream?
plenty of YouTubers out
Or
there who
his
do
Pro
really
Jared
good
stuff?
movie reviews I've seen with a movie advertisement on it. That's pertinent advertising. Not a bullshit video insulting
So far,
people,
Sunspot, the
slandering
scam
people,
is
and
pretty-
gossiping about people.
pretty good.
Those are bullshit videos worth nothing. You know?
Like your
And that's why it's
videos.
kinda
All
funny.
60,000 of your videos.
I don't really care. Like I said, I don't pay attention to any of these vloggers or whatever. I know nothing about them personally or nothing. I don't watch their videos. That's for
Then
sure.
why are you talking
But it
about
almost
them?
seemed like there was this big uprising this week because when these big YouTubers started coming out and saying, "Oh no, I can't advertise on my videos anymore. What's going to happen?" All of a sudden, there was like this backlash against them, saying, "Good, good," because your videos are crap. Your videos are only popular
Exactly.
because these
He just
immature kids
rants
watch
about
them,
them and
and you make tons of ad revenue. For
Whenever
people
he
who
has
buy
the
product.
opportunity to
So
bury
if
somebody, he
these
tries
big
to.
drama queens of YouTube disappeared overnight, who would give a fuck? Yeah, the million people that don't contribute monetarily to anything, and the business would go on as usual because no money was lost, right? So it's kind of funny. Now, I certainly didn't say that because I don't know anything about these people, but that's what I'm hearing. And people started posting on my forums about
But
this. And
you
tweeting
called
me,
them
and I'm reading
kitties,
these articles online.
and,
Oh my God, what a situation
you know,
this
that
has
their
been, right?
fan base is
I'm at
terrible.
least happy that the content that I put out there, right? Number one, I don't use this ridiculous shit like put those kind of words and stuff in the titles and the tags where it's going to be inappropriately, you know, labeled or whatever by YouTube to lose ad revenue. But at least what I do, you know what I mean? What I'm doing can be targeted to an advertisement audience, the gamer. Any playthrough I do, any review
The
I
gamer?
do, montage, a
More like
countdown,
the
any of stuff
wheelchair
that I'm
bound.
doing can be aimed towards a gamer. If anything, I would say the advertisements on this channel, the King of Hate Vlogs, probably are the ones that maybe you couldn't gear too much towards much. But at the same time, this is my smallest channel. This channel gets the least amount of attention out of all of them, so I don't give a shit. This is just a channel where I talk. If this channel had no advertisement, I wouldn't care. It's like a couple $100 a month I make on the King of Hate Vlogs. It's the other two channels right now that are making the money and allowing me to have this as a YouTube business. So I don't care, but what about these people who their fluff channels?
Yeah,
are
but
their
now he doesn't
livelihood?
care about
It could
YouTube
go away.
because of
It could
this.
go away if advertisers come up collectively to YouTube and say,
Just in
"We
that
don't wanna
short amount of
advertise on
time,
this
he's
shit
turned
anymore. It's
around,
garbage.
and now he
It's fluff.
cares.
No one buys product.
That's why he turns off the music for all of his gameplays. Doesn't want to get demonetized.
We want to see quality, and we want to advertise on quality. That's what we want. A lot of people could be in
Yeah,
jeopardy.
exactly. That's what all this video
Okay.
was. It's a
One
30-minute
final
I
thought,
don't
and
give
then
a
I'll end
shit
this video,
rant.
'cause I know I've been going on for a while now.
You gonna crunch that bottle, Phil?
Just
Oh, what? You're not? It was
for
empty.
sure, everyone. All right. Once again, I like to say there's three groups of people on YouTube who I associate with, or not I associate with, who I address. There you go. I'll address my viewers and fans. That's the first group. That's the people I pretty much make every video for every day.
Viewers and fans,
There's
so
my
wheelchairs.
non-viewers, meaning everyone else who watches YouTube but doesn't watch me. And then there's the idiots. And I'm just gonna call
Oh,
them that from now on.
that's
Every
us.
time that I say something else, people get insulted. You know, oh that. You said
I'm insulted, Phil. He
that's
called
an
me an
insult. Oh,
idiot.
I said detractors. We don't like. All right, idiots.
Get
That's
the
the best way to
gumshoe
describe
voice
it.
out of here.
Idiots. People who the only reason they watch my videos on YouTube is to insult me, to attack me, to get my attention, to get a rise out of me, right? To prank me, to troll me, whatever you say you want to do. I'm just going to call them idiots from now on. That's the best way. It's the most generic term, and everyone's been called an idiot in their life.
Because you don't want to call them
get triggered when you
mentally ill anymore?
You better go seek help. But anyway, the idiots of YouTube this week got wind of this process going on. You know what happened? I'm not even kidding you.
Okay.
They flagged the shit out of all of my videos on YouTube.
Oh, no.
They went to my vlogs.
The trolls caused it.
My new channel, KO Gaming.
It was our fault.
Videos. And they clicked the flag button 4 million times saying, oh, it's, it's inappropriate language. It's inappropriate.
It is.
There's nudity. It's this, it's that. Basically, they tried to false flag all of my videos this week because they got wind of this. Oh, maybe we can get all the ads off of DSP's videos. Want to know why they did that? Because some idiot started spreading a rumor that that's how this whole flagging process and the demonetization process started, which is completely
I don't know how
wrong.
he gets away for calling people mentally ill out there on
wrong.
Twitch.
It has nothing to do
that's
with
still a sensitive
watcher
topic.
watching a video. Oh, that's an appropriate flag. No. You could
Well, they
do
don't
that,
care. He's just a
but
guinea
that has
pig over
nothing
there.
to do with the monetization process on YouTube. That's done behind the scenes by YouTube and its algorithm. It has nothing to do with a user clicking a flag button. So all these idiots went out there this week and said, we're going to get Phil. We're going to get this motherfucker. Click, and wasted all of their time. So you know,
is that how I sound?
A lot of people were worried, oh man, Phil's going to be in the
should
shit.
I turn back the voice changer again just to make sure I sound like that?
I'm not doing the things. For 8 years I've been on YouTube. I've never done the things that get these people in hot water and get the ads removed from their videos.
You don't.
I'm not doing it.
No.
And no amount of false flagging my fucking videos is going to get anything done. This isn't, back in 2009 when YouTube was really bad and people could false flag the fuck out of everything, then there were
Can you
issues.
talk again, Phil,
Doesn't
about
happen
your
anymore. So you don't have to worry. I'm in the good.
Can we talk again about how false flagging on his racist Nazi jokes for Dead Space 2? Over there on Blip TV, it was the trolls who flagged him again on that one too. Huh? Weird how that works. You say something that's actually controversial and actually harmful towards other people, and you run it as a joke and you think it's okay, but when you get your little hoof slapped and get kicked off of a platform, you blame the trolls. Yet again, getting flagged for inappropriate language. Let's think about it. 2 big titties on a sword is in one of your songs. You talk about this kind of stuff. You talk about bestiality in one of your songs that you have on YouTube. So, what is the problem with being flagged about that? Because, let me tell you, sitting here, talking how I talk, and acting how I act, I already know, for a fact, that it would be near impossible for me to get monetized from YouTube. That's just how it is. And I'll live with it. But again, I'm a sucker and I work a 9-to-5 job. It's just a sad thing.
I'm in the clear. I still, as of today, it's been a week since this scandal broke. Controversy. I've got no notifications from YouTube that monetization has been removed from anything. I'm not expecting to get any. If I get 1 or 2 here or there, I'll have a good laugh about it. But I've got 60,000 fucking videos on the internet. If 1 or 2 videos, or even a couple thousand videos, were to have the monetization removed, I am not in jeopardy of losing any significant amount of income, and no amount of false flagging from a bunch of fucking idiots is gonna bring me down. Ha! All right, that is it for my reaction to this whole ridiculous controversy that happened this week. I hope that clarifies what happened this week a little bit more now that information is public.
Those songs get stuck in your head and it's terrible.
You
have to
legit,
use
you gotta be honest.
an ice pick to go ahead and get them out of your brain.
I prided myself on honesty, on legitimacy. When you watch a video of mine,
honesty,
you know that what I put in the title or the tags or whatever.
My mom gave Kat a lot of money to get an exercise bike. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, but it was a moderate amount of money.
I'm making legitimate content, and it should be good enough to get your interest without having to use.
He will die on that sword that he's just a prolific YouTuber, that he has a lot of videos
biting them in the ass for years. They just
for
didn't know.
11 years.
And that's what's really been going on. That's the situation, and that's about it. I don't think I'll ever have anything else to talk about unless overnight, YouTube fucks up, and I have to talk about it again. Who knows? YouTube's always constantly fucking up on one content piece or another, right?
Oh, it's all YouTube's fault. Not the content creator. If you're a content creator and you want to get ads, you have to conform to They're
engage you
programmed.
rather than just talking off the cuff to get cheap views earlier this week. That's it. Peace out. See you later.
Oh, good stuff, Phil. That was a very...
What's going on,
Oh, he's
everyone?
verified
Phil
on
here
Twitter.
with a special vlog.
Now, first off, he's got the beanie to hide his greasy hair, as you saw in the thumbnail. That shit is gross. But he's going to talk about being verified on Twitter. Now, verification is an interesting thing, because there are false accounts out there for different people. Now, the Pig Roach, he likes to set himself aside, and he wants that verification. And he wants to be part of something. He needs to be a partner in this kind of stuff, to be protected. And at least that's what he thinks he's receiving from this kind of verification stuff. But his Twitter's a joke. Constantly, it's just a joke. If you will excuse me, that seems to be a phone call. Let's go ahead and hit play on this, and I'll get that call.
I got big news. I've got something very positive that's happened after, I'm not even kidding you, I'm not over-exaggerating here, 5 years of effort that I've put into this, alright? It's official as of today. I am considered verified on Twitter, which means my Twitter handle, @TheyCallMeDSP, has the official check mark next to the name. And what this basically means is a few things, alright? Number one, it means that this is my official Twitter account. And this is a good thing, because as you know, I use Twitter a lot directly tied to my business, whether it's schedule updates that I post up there at night, so that every night you know what to expect coming the next day, whether it's interactions with fans, answering viewers about questions and stuff, people notify me of things going on in the gaming industry and stuff like that on Twitter all the time that give me new ideas for streams or gameplay coverage or even series that I can do. In addition, I share a lot of stuff on Twitter, some personal stuff, my thoughts on things, pop culture. I take photos when I go out. My Twitter interactions have gotten way more frequent and a lot more interesting, in particular, I'd say in the past 2 years or so. You know, when I started on YouTube in 2008,
what?
Was
a
kind
blue
of
check
thing,
mark?
but no one really talked about it, and it wasn't really like a popular thing that everyone knew about, and then all of a sudden it blew up in the years of like 20...
Now, I want to pause this and take a little sidebar here. DSP's Twitter, it's like a multi... You know, he has a personality disorder for all of his media and interactions with people. He, goes ahead and says, "Oh, that was a fun gameplay session, guys. This game's really shaping up. I love it. I like playing it. Thanks for being here and interacting with me." And it's like select words are capitalized, and he puts in a boomer gif, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up? I'm a good person. I'm a happy guy." And then like 2 a.m. shows up, and he's trying to fight trolls while sipping that Jasper gin and just going to town. And it's hilarious to watch. You can see the different phases of Phil throughout the day, and if he's drunk or not, just based upon how he tweets. You can pretty much predict what mood he's in from his tweets during the day. And he doesn't send too many pictures out on Twitter at all. It's just boomer gifs. Or it's like, look at this cool fan art. And it's terrible Microsoft Paintwork from a 5-year-old.
2010 to 2012, but even then, when I kind of adopted it, I didn't understand what it was for, and I barely used it. Now, finally, I understand how important
he
social
loves
interaction
exclamation
and
points.
social media is to the success of an online-based business, okay? Now, not to say that there are people out there who use it for completely the wrong reasons, absolutely. But me, I use it for my business, directly tied. If I didn't have Twitter went away overnight, it would be very hard to stay in contact with my viewers, because outside of that, all I could do is make a video, which is me talking at you.
Maybe get a Discord, Phil. Then you can talk to your fan base.
And kind of getting almost getting my finger on the pulse of what's going on in the gaming world. You know what I mean? So...
No, you have no idea what's going on in the gaming world.
You guys and gals know, especially if you're longtime viewers of mine.
That's why you didn't play Astral Chain and all these other hot games during the summer.
To hear that, as you know, I'm probably one of the most trolled people that's a public personality on the internet that's stuck with it regardless of the amount of trolling that I receive. And
you
so,
will get a big rant
in regards to
paragraph
this, over the
sunspot,
years that I've
and
tried
it'll
to
be at
use
like
Twitter,
2 in the
the app they
morning
call
or
me
like
DSP handle
11
has
o'clock at night after
impersonated
his stream.
Tons of times, and you might have seen 1 or 2 of them throughout the years. It's funny because every 4 or 5 months or so, you get some joker who makes a variation of my name on Twitter, but then they change the profile pic to be the same pic. They change the banner to be the same as my banner, and they even try to impersonate like the account, like the description of the account and all of that, so that people will be fooled into thinking that they're me, but their nickname is off by 1 letter, right? There's a
Oh, you mean like when Twitch went ahead and got your name wrong by 1 letter? They're trolling you? Is that what it is? Twitch is a detractor?
It looks very similar. Underscores and stuff shoved in there. It looks very
Dude, that
similar
wasn't
to
me.
my
That's the
official
wrong name.
Twitter handle,
It's out of
but it's not
context.
necessarily my official handle. It's someone impersonating me to do malicious things. Now, you might say, well, what kind of malicious things could they possibly do on Twitter? Well, yeah, a lot of it's name calling. A lot of it is stupid stuff that really has nothing to do with anything, and it wouldn't fool anyone. But
so when I called you out for parading your then girlfriend and now wife about going ahead and parading her in front of your fan base on Halloween, saying that she might have not liked that, that's why you banned me.
There have been people who, someone will tweet me something. Phil, FYI, I just want to let you know, today I lost my grandfather. But your videos really helped to cheer me up, and even though obviously you didn't intend it, thank you for
yeah, the D-Claude has a lot of traction going right now on Twitter, and it's a fun account to watch.
With a fake
Thank
name
you,
that looks like me,
it's hilarious.
To that person, well, fuck you and your grandfather, something really nasty and insensitive, something I would never fucking say.
What?
And they would do that, and that could be very hurtful.
I'd never fucking say, hey, War Dog Leader, why don't you make your own stream? We're not talking about your depression and the fact that your brother could have possibly died or not. No, this is about me, Yeah, that kind of stuff, that toxic bullshit that you spew out of that snout of yours, that's the kind of stuff people point out on Twitter. And that's why there are fake accounts, dude, that come up. So you deserve this kind of stuff. In my mind, at least. And I'm sure a majority of you agree.
Vulnerable in that moment because of something that might have happened to them in their life. If we have someone attack someone personally like that,
yeah, or Super Meat
in
Boy.
My name,
there's a bunch of people who just get ran over by Phil.
Just one situation.
Who's
it's
just
happened 100 times. I'm not exaggerating.
It's your fault, dude. It's the troll's fault. Just pass the blame over and over again
on Twitter over the years. All right. Various, reasons or whatever. But I'll just give you an example, a couple examples of how it could seriously hurt me, all right? There have been times when people impersonate me.
Yeah, that's when he's big mad. If Phil's ever mad on Twitter, you'll see the word kid in it.
Relationships with.
Why don't you shut up, kid?
So maybe, for whatever reason today, something went wrong with Patreon, and I was a little angry at Patreon today because the site was glitched or didn't
get my money
payment correctly. So,
I told you it was his money.
Someone will put an impersonation Twitter and go to Patreon and start tweeting them, "Fuck you, you guys are worthless, you guys are turds," and shit like that. Now, obviously, Patreon is going to see that and be like, "What the hell is this?" This is one of our patron accounts who uses Patreon and raises funds so they can continue to do their business on a monthly basis, and here they are attacking us on Twitter. Now, luckily, in cases like that, I'd say probably the vast majority of the time, the company either ignores it or they do the due diligence to figure out it's not me. But there have been a few examples. There was one company who I had a sponsorship relationship with years ago. We're talking way back when, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Who thought that it was really me, and they came to me personally and were like, "Why are you insulting us on Twitter? This isn't good. What are you thinking?" And I was like, "That's not me,"
And then they read the comments and cut them out.
That honestly,
no
sponsorships
sponsorships anymore.
Relationship that I had. If you remember a few years back, probably 3-4 years ago, I was in the convention scene. I was trying to go to a lot of gaming conventions.
The trolls caused his
just to name
downfall.
A few, some of the ones I went
it's
to,
all the trolls' fault.
Magfest, Screw Attack Gaming Convention.
He had his panels. Those are dumpster fire.
And there were probably like 2 or 3.
Do you ever want to go back and watch those? We might have to go back and watch those.
Conventions that we attended.
Oh, they were
terrible.
In this convention
scene, when you're in a convention scene, You know, there's a lot of people behind the scenes at conventions that do a lot of tough work, the organizing and the planning and scheduling people and guests and all of that.
And he got mad because Bro Jared
I was interested in attending, and I had
had a
mentioned it
room
several times because I wanted to get hype up with my
that he
viewers at
didn't.
the time. Get people, oh, maybe you could see me at this convention. Is there interest? I was trying to gauge would there be interest if I went to this convention. And some asshole with an impersonation name on Twitter, right, looks like me, but it's not me, went to the convention's Twitter and the personal Twitter of like the person who's the head of the convention, slamming them with swears and just all kinds of nasty stuff.
Oh, no.
Basically taking stuff that I said in my video about my interest in the convention and twisting it to be something totally negative and nasty and say, oh, fuck you because you're doing it this way and this way. And I think at one time they were like, why aren't you personally inviting me to your convention and offering me free tables and everything? Like ridiculous shit, you know, stuff that makes me look like a real asshole. That I've never been like that ever.
But he's been complaining about E3 never giving him the chance to come back to E3 when he should have asked them.
Organize one of those events, and you know, and then that person contacted me. He said, "Why are you doing this?" I'm like, "Oh my god, you know, it's not me." And it actually ended up I didn't attend that convention because of the bad blood, even though there really wasn't. It got kind of cleared up, but basically there was a little bit of anger that if this guy's getting this kind of trolling online, right? Then what's going to happen when he attends our convention? So.
And that's the same thing for any sponsorship on Phil. Because he's an
said,
asshole. And people don't like him.
Since 2008. I've been on Twitter in a major way since late 2010, early 2011, I believe. I can't remember the exact date that I set up my Twitter account. But certainly in the past few years, you know, if you want to know what I'm doing on a daily basis, Twitter is the place to go. You know, I do the week in preview, but if you actually take a look, the viewership numbers on the week in preview video that I put out has dipped dramatically. I used to get like 10,000 views. Now I barely get 3,000 because most people don't want to watch this full-fledged video. They like something at a glance, and so they just look at my Twitter, and boom, I have a schedule every night that lets you know what I'm going to be doing the next day. So
that
it's important to me that my Twitter is legitimized, that people know when they're reading something that it's from me and it's not from some asshole imposter trying to spin or make me look bad or spread misinformation. That's another thing. People spreading mass misinformation about stuff that's not true.
What stuff?
You know, I'll be playing a game. Maybe I had a day where I'm a little angry at the game, but you know, it happens to me all the time. You get an angry day and you regroup and you come back the next day and you play the game again. But then some asshole look like me on Twitter. Fuck this game. I'm never playing it again. I'm rage quitting.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he is. He's multiple.
Money to me to see me play this game and fuck. It's not me.
He's a business dude.
Me on purpose to make me look bad. So, here's the deal.
I mean, if you ever get to this spot where Phil is right now, if you ever get popular on YouTube for anything that you do, or internet famous for something, you need to act as a professional for every single aspect of your life from then on out. How you dress, where you're eating, what you're doing, how you talk to people, how you act on the internet, just all throughout. It has to change because at that point, your persona is a professional. And the problem with Phil is he thinks he's professional by just hitting start stream and pause YouTube, start YouTube. He thinks that is the peak of professionalism. The guy wore Legend of Zelda pants, pajama pants yesterday. He put that on Twitter. I mean, I'm not even on a webcam right now. We've got good old Pat sitting here for me. But I have a shirt on and some shorts on, and I'm dressed ready to go for my day once we're done wrapping this stream up. Because I have stuff to do and take care of before I head out on vacation Monday. Oh, that's going to be so much fun, agents. It's been a while since I've been on a vacation, and this week-long vacation with Mrs. Proper, it is going to be a blast. I'm going to come back broke, but it's going to be so fucking worth it. But let's continue with Phil's lovely rants.
Check mark next to your name, meaning that you're the official account of that person. Now, other people can still try to...
Yeah, and he acts like an asshole
but
on
since I'm
Twitter.
Verified, I can now easily submit those accounts to Twitter and have them shut down. And the problem
Yeah,
I've
I'm
always had
gonna
is
have to
when I
buy
these
that game.
impersonation
Like, I've
accounts, I
sat
would
there
try
and
to
watched him
submit
play Link's
to Twitter
Awakening,
and
and
say,
I've
"Please shut
played
down,
it
it's hurting my business," and they would say,
on the
well, you don't
on the
really
Game
own the
Boy
account
when
or
it came out.
anything, you know, and we can't
And
verify
I
that
enjoyed
this
that
is
game a
tied to
lot.
your
It was
identity or whatever.
a slight
Basically, what they're saying is,
variation
'cause you're
on
not
a
verified,
Zelda
you
game,
can't do
but still
anything about
a
impersonators, we
solid,
don't
solid
care.
game.
Alright, I always got this, like,
And it
show
looks
off
great
issue
on the
with
Switch
Twitter
right
year
now.
after year after year.
And
Whenever
this
would
frame
happen, I would
rate
never get
shit that
help
he's
from
talking
them.
about is
So
trash.
eventually, I did start trying to seek to become verified. Now, you may not realize this. Becoming verified on Twitter is one of the hardest fucking things you can do in the online internet industry. I'm not kidding you.
I don't.
Because there's
I
no
don't think
set
so.
process by which you can do it.
Get a lot of
There's
followers.
no one person you go to get it. It all depends on who you know, whose foot's in the door where, who's chummy with who. And from what I've seen in my experience, all right, the only way to get verified on Twitter easily is, number one, if you're known as a big celebrity. If you're a movie star, a musician, a gigantic YouTuber with millions of freaking subs, and everyone is synonymous with you, they know who you are by name, usually someone at Twitter will recognize, oh, and then you can get your account verified. Or if you work for a major journalism outlet, okay? I've seen, like, people who work for major
Yeah, there's a
news
lot of
outlets
check marks
usually
out there.
able to get their accounts
The
verified
interesting thing
because
about the check marks
outlet
is that
itself
they
would
seem
contact
to
Twitter as a
flock
business
together
and say, "Listen,
quite often.
we're here at the Huffington Post. Here's our staff, and we'd really like our staff to be verified."
Especially when it comes to these,
impersonating us and saying the
you
Huffington
know,
Post is saying
journalists
that we're not, and stuff
who
like
are
that.
check marked.
So I've seen that.
I saw a
I've
lot
seen,
of
like,
that coming
entire
up
news
too,
outlets.
with
That's
all
why you
of
see
the
people from, like,
social
news outlets,
justice stuff going on and
Kotaku
things like that.
You know, different gaming things. They're all
People
verified.
tend to
Like,
flock
this guy has like
together.
5,000 subs or not subs, 5,000 followers, and he's verified. It's usually because they're part of some journalism outlet where all the journalists get verified under the umbrella of it. Or, now this is the third situation that I've seen it.
To protect
if
from fake news.
Someone pays to get management, professional management, and that manager is internet savvy, there are management companies out there that have the contacts within Twitter that they
Could
submit,
you
and those
imagine?
people can get verified.
Could you imagine that if Phil actually paid for a manager to manage his internet business in his persona online? That guy would just... I would just leave. You couldn't do it for more than a week. He'd be like, I'm gonna pay you 400 PNA points for doing my persona online and to manage my accounts. Could we do that? And the guy would be like, oh yeah, sure, let's give it a shot. And a day later he'd be like, dude, what are you saying on this account? I'm done. I'm out. You're an asshole. And it's the same thing over and over again.
So again, I've seen YouTubers who have not nearly as much viewership as me, nowhere near as many subs as me, not even as many followers on Twitter as me, and they're verified on Twitter. And I look at it and I'm like, how am I not verified with all the trolling and the impersonation?
How many does he
and
have?
The negativity that I've
Oh,
had that's
gosh,
hurt
I
my
don't know.
business
Let
on
me-
Twitter in the past
go take
5
a
years.
look.
How do I not get verified, but that fucking person did? And it's infuriating because there's no avenue to do it in a proper fashion or say, this is how you do it. It almost seems like it's kind of the elitist chubby club, and we all nudge elbows because we're all verified on Twitter and you're not, and we're not going to spread any info on how to actually get verified because
I don't know. I haven't followed his
it's
Twitter in a long
ridiculous. It's
time,
such a silly
especially after I
especially when you have someone
went
who their
ahead and
livelihood is based
got
on the
blocked from
internet,
him.
and you don't allow them to be verified on Twitter because of stupid fucking
he
things
has-
like that. Okay, 5 fucking
Ooh, wow.
years. I sent emails to Twitter. I contacted
He has
Twitter staff,
62,000
through formal channels, through Machinima.
almost
Machinima tried to go to
63,000
Twitter at one
followers
point
on,
and try to talk to them about
his Twitter
it.
account.
I was stonewalled at every turn, 9 times out of 10.
Now,
when
now
I
the
tried,
funny
all I got
thing
was a
about that,
phone
though,
number,
is
a
that
computer-generated
most of them are
form
stock
letter
accounts
saying,
because
"Sorry,
people get banned
at this time you do not
and
meet the
blocked
criteria."
from him.
Now, just like, you've got to be fucking joking me.
Hey, he gets jealous over people
So I'm
skirting
happy
the
to
system
say,
and knowing how to
I
work
didn't give up
things.
over the years, all right? I kept plugging at it, and I kept sticking to it and saying, I really hope eventually someone at Twitter is going to see fucking reason, and they're going to look at my account, and they're going to see the amount of people that impersonate me and do nasty shit, and they're going to say, wow, there's a guy who has an internet-based business. He really needs this, okay?
What?
And they finally did. I mean,
Oh,
I can't
them
tell you how
titties
many
shaking
times I
up.
already tried to- Finally, it went through. And as of today, my account is verified. It has the check mark. So what does this mean for you, the viewer? All
Nothing.
Right? A few things. Number one, a lot of people have always been afraid to go to Twitter. Because they're like, if I do interact with Phil there, what's going to happen with trolling and all of that, all right? Now,
how are you going to interact with Phil there? You can't message him. If you add him, he usually calls you a kid, dumb kid, and runs away.
It's disgusting. If you tweet a celebrity, someone will see, oh, someone likes that celebrity, and they'll attack you on Twitter. It's anything like that. Everyone sees that on Twitter. It's ridiculous because there's this childlike mentality of just stupidity in people's heads that they waste their time on shit like that. Yeah, it's true. There are people who actually waste their life sitting there on Twitter attacking people. They think it's funny and some kind of a useful use of their time. They're fucking insane, okay? But, yeah, that element's always going to happen. But, if you wanted to read stuff that I post up on Twitter and you didn't know what you could trust or what you couldn't, you finally know. If you see the check mark, it's, approved, it's verified, it's me. No one else, none of my impersonators are ever going to have that check mark. So now you know what to trust and what not to trust, okay?
Oh, don't trust troll accounts.
That's
okay.
The real DSP saying something, okay? So that's number one.
So when you're an asshole saying something and you got the check mark,
I should
wow,
be able now
perfect.
To shut them down because I can show I'm verified. I have ownership of the DSP.
I can't wait till he gets
on Twitter.
To crying about how cold it is up there in Washington, and that he's gonna wear a beanie like this again.
Fuck them, and they will probably get banned within 24 hours. So the good news is, you know who to trust, and if idiot, impersonators do pop up, I should be able to get rid of them relatively quickly. Now, the third is a gray
He's
area.
all over the place.
There is a rumor, it's not confirmed, but there's a rumor that those who are verified on Twitter tends to get more attention from Twitter staff and help than other people. So, for example,
they're verified.
If I all of a sudden see a ridiculous amount of nasty people that are coming out of nowhere and just constantly attacking my viewers and fans and attacking me and making it their lifelong goal to just sit on fucking Twitter and be nasty to me, which, by the way, there's a couple dozen of them out there. I'm not kidding you.
That's it?
You see some of these accounts of these fucking kids. All they've
done
the
he's mad.
fucking years is sit on Twitter and literally tweet every tweet that I've ever said and say something nasty in regards to it, that I did something wrong or spinning it in a nasty way or something sarcastic or attacking. These people are really fucked. Like, they have no lives. You would not believe the black hole that Twitter can be in a lot of ways, all right? You just would not. Logically, because people who have logical minds, they see that shit and you're like, overload, It's just like, it does not compute. Because in our minds, we think, oh, we've got time to spend and a limited amount of time and we want to do productive stuff and fun stuff. These kids just sit on Twitter doing the sickest shit. And it's just fucking out of control. It's just so illogical. But anyway,
this
if
is
we
a
see
solid
people
rant.
like that, hopefully, if they won't fucking let up, I can report them to Twitter and get something done about it. Because the bottom line is, Twitter, again, the majority of the time when I've reported people for doing nasty stuff to me and my viewers, has completely
every troll is a
ignored me.
kid.
The only cases where Twitter actually positively responded is if someone actually posted my address up. I've seen that a few times. Some asshole would post my address on fucking Twitter. Here it is. Like, who cares? It's public knowledge anyway. It's not like it's something hidden. Anyone could get it, but they think it's funny or something.
Yeah, that's because you dox yourself on a YouTube video.
Okay, that's happened maybe 4 times in the 5 fucking years that I've been on Twitter and actively using it.
Yes, it does, Stevie.
But outside of that,
he thinks that he can go ahead and ban people if he yells at Twitter enough about nasty kid trolls.
Me, negative, and I report it to Twitter, and they just give me the form letter. Sorry, we didn't find any violations of our code. I'm like, so then it's obvious you didn't fucking read it. Any human could say, there's a violation of your terms of service, there's a violation of your terms of service, they don't review them, because I get the feeling they probably get so many of them on a daily basis, they're just like YouTube. Unless they actively get like a major complaint about copyright or something, they don't care and they just ignore you. So what I'm hoping is that if we get any major problems on Twitter, that because I'm now verified, Twitter staff will pay attention. Now, here's the thing. I just want to make this public.
They don't care about him.
I'm going to say it on record right now. I am not, by any fucking means, going to go on a crusade on Twitter now, and people saying nasty shit to me that I'm going to start getting your accounts. I don't care. The bottom line is, if you actually look at Twitter, I've got a ridiculous amount of people blocked who've just been disgusting to me over the years. The biggest offenders, these people who still won't just get over
he's
it.
done it before,
They read
Sunspot.
my tweets
If
on
you
other
upset
pages
him
than their
enough,
fucking
he
Twitter, because
will
they're blocked.
send
They've
his
been blocked
Pig
for
Roach
years.
followers
They
to
on
go
this
ahead and
alternate
flag
account
you
to
and
read
try to
my
take you
tweets,
down
so they'll
and
copy
do
my
things
tweet
like
and
that.
paste it on their blocked account, and then comment.
But he won't do anything
Now, I don't
directly
see
to
that
you
anymore
because he's
they're
too much of
fucking
a
blocked,
coward.
So I don't give a shit. All right, I don't read their Twitters or anything like that. I don't give a fuck.
They'll just block
I'm
you.
not going to give a fuck. I'm not gonna all of a sudden. Well, I'm not gonna do any more gameplay streaming or anything fun or anything positive in my life. I'm just gonna sit here on Twitter and find the shit posters and get them all banned. Fuck no.
Like you did on your wedding
far
night?
above that. I don't give a shit, all right? This is only a case-by-case basis. If something arises that's really nasty, now I'll have some clout with Twitter to be able to report them and say, listen,
Oh,
look what
chase
they're
that
doing to
clout,
my
Phil.
viewers. Look what they're doing
got
to
clout
everything
from
that
the
I'm trying
blue
to be
check
positive
mark.
here on your website. You gotta fucking discipline these people, all right? So I just want to make
No,
that
they
clear.
don't.
I'm
need
not
to do
going on
shit.
some kind of a fucking crusade.
It's too much work.
You know what I mean? To try to shut down people. No. The bottom line is, right now on Twitter,
there
it's
it is,
funny.
the bottom
It's
line
really
again.
funny. Here's the situation, right? I'll have a tweet. I'll say a tweet or something. And every once in a while, I'll have someone respond and say, Phil, damn, man. That tweet earlier today, I can't believe the responses you got. I'm really sorry about that. It was so ridiculous and uncalled for.
That's fake.
And I'd be like, what are you talking about? I didn't see it because they're all blocked. I blocked all those fucking people. So I don't see that shit.
No,
I
nobody
don't even
tells
see
Phil
most of
things
the
like that.
negativity that's
Nobody
thrown
goes
towards me
to
on
him
Twitter.
and
It's the
says
same fucking
it's
people
too
who've
hard
been
to
doing
come
it over
and try to
years.
make contact with him anyways.
That's the thing. Like, if I don't see it, I don't care. It's only going to be a situation where
It's the same thing as
really disgusting thing happened, and this guy
when
is
he
not
tells
enough,
us that
or,
detractors
something like
have
that, then
turned
maybe I'll
over
alert
and
Twitter. But
said,
only if
Phil,
it's
I
because of
actually
safety
love your
or my
content.
safety or the safety
And I'm a
of,
big
you know,
supporter
my
and a big
girlfriend or my
fan now.
family and
It's
stuff that's
the
real
same thing.
serious
It's a
offenses
lie.
that are going on, then I would consider trying to take action. I don't have time to fucking waste my time on Twitter bullshitting. I just don't. You know, I'd
Except
much
when you're
rather
drunk
do
at 2
a
a.m.
million other things than sit on Twitter. I'm gonna get this fucker because he got me. I gotta get him back. I don't care.
Pro
You
Jerry!
know, I've got way
There
better
it
things.
is
I'd
again.
rather sit here and play a game, watch a movie,
highlight that one.
You know, anything. Fucking actually positively interact with people on my Twitter. Than
No, you don't.
sit there wasting my time because
You
I'm
fucking
verified
call people
trying to throw
kids
away
and you
kinda
yell at
your
trolls
throwing
all day.
clout at anyone. I'm not like that. All right.
Yes, you are.
So, in summary, at They Call Me DSP is my Twitter account. If you've always been afraid to follow it because you're afraid of the negative element, I don't blame you. Certainly, I can't control that, and it's not going to
So
go away
he
overnight.
knows
But
how
the good news
much
is
of
now
an
that I'm
asshole he
verified,
is
I
then.
am now seen in a generally positive light by a lot of people on social media,
No, he's
including
not.
Twitter as a company. All right. It means that this is my
that how
official
he's trying to
account. When you
spin
see
it?
the tweets with the check mark, that's
Yeah.
me. You don't have to worry about being fooled or whatever by someone else. Those tweets are
He's
from
tr-
me. Okay?
Okay.
And I can get rid of impersonators relatively quickly, so even if there is some asshole trying to fool people, I can get rid of that. And we may have some extra protections from a negative element. I don't know how much yet, but honestly, I'm hoping I never even have to use it. I'm hoping that now maybe we can just fucking get on with our lives, right? And we can all positively use something like
Interesting.
Twitter for positive social media interaction, rather than shit posting and attacking and being shitty about people. It's just a joke. Like, imagine wasting your life like that. Can you? Because I sure fucking can't. I couldn't imagine myself being a fully negative person at every moment. It's for derision and to make fun of someone and to be negative and just gotta follow everything they say. I gotta do it. What the fuck? Like, I mean,
Yeah, take that sip, Phil. You gotta think.
maybe it's just the way my mind is wired. But when I hear that people are like that, like I say, they need help, man. You gotta. Someone has to. A family member, a friend, someone. If
I
you
need
look at
help,
Twitter
guys.
and their whole fucking
I'm
Twitter is
addicted to
negative
watching
shit
this
about
train
someone,
wreck.
you're like, someone's got to reach out.
It's hard to pull
What are you
away.
doing with your life? Like, what the fuck? Just because the internet is an anonymous place, right? And no one can physically get to you to punish you for your actions on the internet.
Oh, is that why you're wearing the
that
Punisher
that's
beanie?
Okay to waste your
'Cause you're the
fucking life
Punisher
on.
of Twitter
There's so
now?
many fun, worthwhile things on this fucking planet that go mostly ignored or taken for granted because people are doing shit post. Oh my, I don't get it. I mean, I'm sure many of you will disagree with me. I don't know. I'm a different generation, right? I'm
What?
34 years old. I'm sure a lot of my viewership are younger than me.
Yeah, that's right.
And maybe for you, it's been
3 years
I
ago.
don't get it.
This is
I
Phil.
just don't get it. And the bottom line is, I want that shit off of my Twitter. I want my Twitter to be for schedules, stuff about my business, little things here or there about my commentary,
Yelling
about
at
pop
kids.
culture, a fun picture here or there, and people feel safe and don't feel like they're going to be attacked or that they're going to have to be all fucking people being nasty all over them because of that. Hopefully, my Twitter getting verified after 5 fucking years of effort is a good sign. And by the way, I'll end it this way. I'm fully aware right now there are people on the internet losing their shit that I got verified on Twitter. Because like I said, it actually is one of, I'm not exaggerating here, It's one of the hardest things you can get on the internet. That check
Yeah,
mark extreme, stupid as it sounds.
I guess it's a lot harder than
that's why I said
getting
people have
partnered on
atheists. I'm not
Twitch
like that.
when you're an
I don't think
Instagram
I'm
thought.
better than anyone else because I got a fucking check mark
Saw
next to
that
my
the other
social
day.
media website. So stupid.
Chick was streaming
But
for like
it's
3
tough to
days
get.
and she was
Okay.
instantly
And so
partnered
I can't
because she had a
believe
huge following
they would verify they call me
for her
DSP.
Instagram
That means
garbage.
Any Joe Splamoni idiot off the street can get fucking verified now. Twitter's really losing it. You know, and all these insulting things. Like, I don't deserve it. Even though I operate a business, I've been on YouTube for 8 fucking years. I've been on YouTube longer than most people who do fucking YouTube for a living, right? I'm known
giving us that legacy
worldwide.
again.
It certainly might not be for the same reasons, and it certainly may not be for the popular good reasons that it used to be, but people know my fucking presence on the internet worldwide. I operate 3 successful fucking YouTube channels that all bring in enough money for me to make a living.
You operate
I don't deserve to be
2
verified.
now.
Well, then
Barely.
who does? You know what I mean?
King Hey
Like,
Vlogs barely
who out
happens
there-
unless
and
it's an
I'll
Ask the
agree with
King
people.
or
If
a
there are people out there,
emergency
you're making
beg
a living on the
stream
internet,
or some
and,
weird
you have a
debunk
valid
stream.
reason you need to be verified on Twitter. That's bullshit. I don't know why Twitter took 5 fucking years. It's absolutely ridiculous that they take so long to finally like have an epitome about, oh god, here's someone on the internet who needs this help and
Epitome?
needs this for their business's
What?
sake.
Come
I
on,
couldn't tell you,
valedictorian.
I've been concretely hurt by impersonators on Twitter because I couldn't get this stupid check mark next to my name. It's so dumb. So stick in there. If I have anything, the last message I can leave is stick in there. If you are one of those people and you know that getting verified would definitely benefit you, keep trying, man. I mean, if anything,
Who
this is
is
a
trying to
story
be
of how
verified
never giving up
and is
being
watching
dedicated
Phil
and trying
content?
at something for 5 fucking years finally paid off. I'm happy about it, and I hope that you are too, and I hope that if you are aspiring to get that verification so that it'll help your business in turn, I hope you get it too, because it's bullshit that they make you jump through so many hoops to finally get it. That's it, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it informative.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. Peace out. See you later.
Oh, nice plug there, Phil. Oh no, a delayed game. Get that out of here. We don't want to talk about delayed games. Let's talk about PewDiePie Exposed. Phil reacts. Oh, I don't talk about other people.
What's up, everyone? Darkside Phil here.
No, I don't talk
For the
about other
special
people.
video.
Right?
And normally I wouldn't do this much of an impromptu, out of nowhere style video. Usually when I do like a Phil reacts video, it's edited and it's planned out. But
What?
amongst all this
Were
controversy
any of those
going on
videos
on
edited in
YouTube
any
the past
shape or
24
form?
hours
They didn't
regarding
look
this
like it.
Huge breaking news scandal with Warner Brothers and their game Shadows of Mordor a few years back, and in regards to several popular big-time gaming YouTubers who played the game
What up,
and
Jackal?
participated in an advertisement campaign. I felt that I wanted to make a reactionary video letting you know the whole situation and also letting you know an update today.
Remember, he doesn't
on
take
the
shots
biggest
at other
YouTuber who
people,
responded to
guys.
it, and also my take on the situation. So this video is actually not going to have any editing or anything to it because it's completely impromptu and I'm trying to squeeze it in before I actually get into my normal gameplay for the day and streaming for the day. So I have to do it as quickly as possible. So if you're not aware,
Wow, he actually set time
yesterday,
aside for his busy
several
life
huge
to
gaming
react
news
about
outlets broke the
PewDiePie.
story
Great.
that way back when, a few years ago, when the game Shadows of Mordor, you know, it's that Lord of the Rings tie-in game with open world free roaming and
Sometimes you
combat
gotta do
and
shit
stuff
work,
like that.
Jackal. I
When
understand that
game
game.
was released, that Warner Brothers provided free promotional copies of the game to many top YouTubers
Well, I'm glad to
and
hear.
participated in an advertisement campaign by which they told those YouTubers, please make positive videos about the game. In these videos, the YouTubers were not allowed to say anything negative about Shadows of Mordor.
You can talk
In
about
fact, they
gout
were
as much as you
explicitly
want,
told
Sunspot.
during this ad campaign, you may not even like call out or show any game bugs or anything that takes place during your gameplay that could be viewed as negative. Basically, they wanted these videos to be purely positive advertisement for their game Shadows of Mordor. Now,
Oh no.
a lot of people right up from the get-go might say, well, that's completely illegitimate and I can't believe that any YouTuber would do it, okay? But really where the controversy has come in during this entire situation is that Warner Brothers did not specifically require that those YouTubers who made videos and participated in this ad campaign disclose that their videos were part of an ad campaign. Now, for those who know about American rules and advertisement guidelines and laws that we have to prevent from false advertisement, it's legally required in anything that you do that's considered an advertisement to disclose that it is a paid advertisement. So by Warner Brothers not having that language in their contract, in their promotion, saying that you must show that this is a paid advertisement, they broke U.S. law. Okay?
Oh,
and that's
no.
where all the controversy is really coming in. Now, FYI, advertisement on YouTube is not a new thing. Advertisement on YouTube is becoming more and more and more commonplace. And you may not realize it, but any day, any video that you watch on YouTube could be a paid product placement or an advertisement. You really got to be careful with what you watch, and you got to read the fine print on a lot of stuff. If your big-time favorite YouTuber is all of a sudden mentioning a certain product or game or something out of the ordinary that normally they wouldn't mention, it's probably because of this. And you just got to kind of realize that YouTube is kind of the Wild West of media right now. Let's face it, if you watch television in this day and age, 9 times out of 10, anything you see on television is going to be some kind of a paid advertisement or a product placement, or have some
swollen
kind of
joints,
promotion
red
behind
swollen
it.
joints.
We know that about
It's that
television.
easy, Sunspot.
We don't necessarily know that about YouTube. When we watch YouTube and we go to our favorite YouTubers' channels, we kind of want to take it with a grain of salt that what they're saying is true.
Yeah.
And not have to second guess everything that they say, that, oh, maybe this is a product advertisement, or this is illegitimate, or this is false. And
It's a
doing it
shady
for a
practice
paycheck,
to do
right?
something like this.
So when this scandal
That's for
broke
sure.
on the internet yesterday, it was huge news and eye-opening for
But-
a lot of people who normally wouldn't have even known that anything on YouTube is
But
paid
Phil doesn't
advertisement.
understand
Obviously, that's a
all
very
of it,
naive attitude to
to be
have,
honest.
But I think a lot of people were like, wow,
He's
really?
like,
I
oh,
didn't know that.
It's gaining traction.
Now, in
Phil saw it gain
particular,
traction on
the
Twitter,
reason that some people
and
are
he
having
freaked
issue
out
with
and
this
said, I
scandal
needed
that
to
broke
talk about it.
yesterday is because the biggest gaming YouTuber and biggest YouTuber ever, PewDiePie, was specifically called out in all of these news articles, basically saying PewDiePie was a part of this campaign. We have concrete proof that he was the biggest YouTuber who was involved, and he got paid at least tens of thousands of dollars for his coverage of Shadows of Mordor, which basically was all.
Oh no, it's going to be about.
So all these articles
PewDiePie
came
now.
out yesterday on the internet.
That he's a scumbag.
A lot of people responded. A lot of people did their own
this.
YouTube videos about it, and I kind of sat back and said, I'm going to wait and see what happens before I make my responsive video about it, because I want to see how other big YouTubers will react to it. And it's been a mixed bag. Some YouTubers,
Yeah, look, he waited. He waited to strike like a cobra again.
Say, listen, advertisement is advertisement, and as long as the YouTuber discloses it, you know, shame on you for not checking the video description and knowing that what they're doing is a paid advertisement and not a legitimate video or not legitimate gameplay of a game, etc. You should know better, you know, buyer beware. You know what I mean? I guess more in this case it would be viewer beware, that what you're watching is actually legitimate. And, in fact, the reason I'm making this video directly is because PewDiePie himself responded this morning. He posted up a video in direct response to all of this controversy. Even his thumbnail for the video is a clickbait. It says exposed over it with him on it. So basically he's parodying everything that these news articles did, which is actually kind of smart, tongue-in-cheek. It's funny. It's a cool way to get people to check out his response video to everything that's been negatively said about him in the past 24 hours. In his response video...
Well, it's an easy thing. See, PewDiePie is one of the most prolific YouTuber out there. So anything he does, says, or, you know, does wrong, it's going to get talked about. He's a big name. People know who he is. They're going to target him. It's that easy. So what did Pewds do? Put out that hilarious response. Oh, I'm exposed, guys. Oh, no. You know. But what does Phil do? He's going to jump on this screw Pewds bandwagon right here.
Video. His defense and argument is that everything in the media right now about him is slander, that it's completely untrue. Now, the reason that it's untrue is not that he did not participate in the program. In fact, he openly, publicly admits he did participate in this advertisement program for Shadows of Mordor. But what he presents as his defense is that those videos always had disclosure in the description of the video that it was a paid advertisement. That up front, he always admitted in the description of the video that it was a paid advertisement. So how is he the guy who they're splattering his face all over all these news articles as the face of the scandal, PewDiePie, part of the Warner Brothers scandal, when in reality, even though Warner Brothers did not legally require him to, he did actually legally disclose that his videos for Shadows of Mordor were paid advertisements. You know what? PewDiePie has a huge point. That's 100% legally legitimate that he said, I went out of my way to cover my ass and show that this was a paid advertisement. Therefore, everyone who's kind of slandering me in the media is doing it for a cheap pop, right? And not because what they're reporting is legitimate. I'm actually not part of the scandal because I did disclose up front
he did
that
help create Kevin and Feuds. That is true,
a paid
Arizona.
advertisement in those videos.
They saw how Phil
I
does,
agree with
and
him
then
there. I think that if that
just
line of
did the
argument
opposite.
is absolutely
Wow.
correct. It's unfair. It's absolutely unfair that the media is portraying him like the scapegoat or the straw man or whatever you want to say, whatever the target of ire of the internet, right? Because he took a paycheck to play Shadows of Mordor. He disclosed in his videos that they were paid advertisements. So how can you hold this against the guy, right? But I think he's missing the point, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But it's interesting.
Oh, there's a but there? Why?
Immediately as he started posting that up, you got big YouTubers are coming out and posting supportive comments in the description on that video, or not the description, the comments.
Damn,
on
he
the
looks
video.
like shit in
YouTubers
this video.
are responding to it. You see, PewDiePie's innocent, and you all went crazy on him for nothing. Yada yada yada. And it's interesting to see the responses because it really says something about the people who are responding, and I'll explain in a moment. So here's my response to the entire situation. All right. Quite honestly, it's 2016. Now, Shadows of Mordor was, what, 2-3 years ago, right? So we're talking a game that's already over 2 years old. And just now it's publicly coming out, wow, people may have been paid to advertise this game and only say positive things about it. No shit. And I hate to say this because I think a lot of people are just so damned naive, but you do realize that most people who are the top YouTubers are the top YouTubers for a reason, right? Like, you know this, right? And yes, a lot of it has to do with luck and viral popularity, but once they get that piece of celebrity, once they get that attention, right?
He thinks it's all about luck and that these guys don't do anything. But they put in production value, they probably write stuff, and they probably have editors take care of everything.
It allows them to get exclusive access.
Yeah, it didn't stop his popping, and it didn't decide to go ahead and protect us from snorts or bottle crunches either. So.
They have. And I think that people have this air of naivete when it comes to YouTube, that when you watch a YouTuber put up a video on their channel, that it's legitimate. Because that's their YouTube channel, and they're being real with you, and
like
that's what's presented on YouTube. And
Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
For most of these top YouTubers in this day and age, that's
sponsored
not the case.
stream? I still doubt the legitimacy about that.
A paid advertisement where people are purposely promoting a product placement, what people are wearing in videos and doing, and what's in the background of their videos. As you can see, I've got no sponsored product. No, I don't get paid by Astro to show my Astro A40 headphones in my fucking videos. It just so happens this is what I use daily, you know, and what I'll put it on the ground so people don't accuse me of taking a paycheck from Astro, because I don't. But there's all the things you see in YouTubers' videos are there for a reason. You know, and people don't realize that. They just think, oh, these people are real or whatever. In a lot of cases, that's not the case. YouTube, as I said earlier, is the wild west of media advertising, and advertisers realize this. They realize this is a direct line to the youth of the world, that most people are not watching
nobody would ever sponsor him.
We're younger anymore. We're watching stuff on the internet. So let's get those advertisement dollars into YouTube and get them in the hands of the YouTubers who have the biggest views, and they could basically push the products to people.
Influencers.
And it's commonplace. It's for anyone who does YouTube as a living, we know this. But I think amongst the common viewers, they don't get this, all right? So
we don't. I don't understand a product placement in a movie or
who I am,
you know, a video
I'm kind of the
or something along those
of all
lines.
Of that, all right? I started on YouTube in 2008.
A gin sponsor wouldn't even touch him
as a joke, and I didn't make a penny doing it
unless if it was like a mean gin. You know,
and
like
when I started doing it
Pig Roach
full-time,
sweat.
I basically treated it as this is legitimate.
I
don't work for anyone.
That didn't work.
I'm not contracted with anyone. I'm not under any advertisement agreement. When I play a game or I review a product or I put out a video, it's legit. Every video I've ever fucking posted on YouTube was
exactly.
A
this is
video.
exactly why you can't get sponsors.
The very few advertisement campaigns that I've ever participated in, one of them in particular, I remember, was a game called Hawken back in 2012, because that was the reason I got flown out to E3, was to cover this game Hawken, and I played it. At the time, I thought it was pretty good, but they completely flubbed the launch of the game. the game was supposed to come out in the fall, then it didn't, it got delayed, then it was supposed to come out the next month, it didn't, it got delayed, and by the time it had come out, no one cared about it anymore because they flubbed the launch of it 3 times. And I publicly said that. I said, this was a game I was supposed to cover, but I don't really care about it anymore because they fucked it up. And that's how I am. I'm a legitimate person. When you watch any of my 50,000 or more videos on YouTube, you can know that Phil, who's been here since 2008, is putting out legitimate coverage of stuff. And yes, my gameplay is raw, my gameplay is unedited.
He does a couple reaction videos about delays on games.
Nowhere near as entertaining as someone like PewDiePie
I bought,
or any of the top gaming YouTubers who take their stuff
last night I bought the Untitled
to almost a funniest moments
Goose Game. And it's an indie game. It's hilarious. You're a goose that goes around in a village and just, you have a to-do list. And you cause mischief and mayhem. I got it from Mrs. Proper so she can enjoy it. Because she's been looking at that for about a year now. The game was supposed to come out in May. May rolled around this year. It didn't come out. She went, this sucks. Well, does it have a new release date? Not yet. To be, determined. Okay. Well, it finally got released, and it got announced like a month ago. Hey, it's coming out September 20th. I was like, oh, well, sign me up. So, we played some last night together. It's just a hilarious game. I'm going to have to stream it one of these days, probably when I get back from vacation, because it's funny. And it's one of those ones where you have to solve puzzles and figure out how to do different objectives. It'd be something that Phil would get handheld through. But nobody was bothered by the delay. I mean, delays happen for reasons. Maybe something was buggy or there was an issue with that. Or they just weren't ready to go ahead and release the title. It really shouldn't be that bad unless if you're talking something about like Half-Life 3 or games like that have been
montage, right?
Held back for years.
Reactions and overreactions and really highly edit everything, high production value, and give you a 30-minute abridged version of the game where all the funny stuff happens and you get a quick laugh, ha ha ha, and you move on. That's not what you get with me. But what I could tell you is that every fucking video I've ever put out is legit. I don't take a paycheck to say something about a game or to edit out the bad parts of the game.
Assassin's Creed.
When you watch me play a game, you get the whole game at face value.
That other game that he went ahead and got sponsored by.
Of my content on YouTube is that when
where
you
he
watch
was hamming it up for that one,
you'll know what that game is going to be when you play it. When you actually pick up your controller and go to play a game on any given day, this is the kind of experience that you're going to have, okay? And that's what I pride myself on, being legit. When I review a game, I cover all the aspects of the game, not just the positive ones or the ones that really irked me, the negative ones. I try to see a game in perspective of everything that's out there so that you can know, in regards to the 25 games that are popular right now, which is the best one that I should spend my money on, I could give you that information in a game review when a lot of other reviewers don't do that kind of stuff.
Oh, too bad he doesn't do game reviews anymore.
But I think the problem is, there aren't a lot of people like me, or there are people like me, but they're not the popular YouTubers, right? These popular YouTubers are out there doing the highly edited content because they want to present a product to you for you to laugh and enjoy and like and subscribe and buy their merch and do all the bullshit and not actually care about the legitimacy of what you're watching. And anyone who would take a paycheck to put out a paid advertisement for a game, especially when the majority of content on your channel is supposed to be legitimate gameplay, all of a sudden now you're doing a paid advertisement campaign, a lot of people are going to be suspect about that. Now, in particular, in regards to this whole
we're suspect about your Assassin's Creed
it is unfair
playthrough, but no, that's legitimate, dude. I got sponsored.
Articles saying that he's like the biggest offender and he participated in this campaign, yada, yada, yada. The bottom line is the guy did disclose in the description of his videos that he was part of this advertisement campaign. So the last thing you can accuse him of is being dishonest and trying to fool his viewers into thinking that his gameplay of Shadows of Mordor was legit.
So people are dumb for not doing research.
But,
is that what you're saying? Is that what he's saying here? Is that people are dumb for not researching what somebody's saying, how they act, and who they are? So if somebody went and watched one of Phil's videos and went, that seems funny. Let's see what other people have to say about Darkside Phil. And you just run into detractor after detractor, Mighty D's lawnmowers going in the background, and you're laughing at it, and you're having a good time. Oh, dude, that's false, dude. that's out of context and it's highly edited to make me look bad. Well, that's because you look bad. And people are pointing it out and you don't like it. So, yeah, people should do their research. Research is very important to pull off.
And there's a huge but to this statement. A lot of people aren't.
Yeah, that
angry
Stranger
about
Things
that.
game. He would
A
love
lot
that
of people
thing.
don't care about
He
that.
should
I don't
watch
care
it in his
if you did a
retrospective.
paid advertisement and disclosed it. I just care that you did a
That's
paid
why I'm bringing up some of
advertisement.
these videos, is because
let's
maybe
face it,
somebody out
everyone
there might
knows
say,
the
hey,
story
Phil,
of PewDiePie,
go
the
watch
guy
this
who was
video for your reaction
not
video.
known, he wasn't a
Your
popular guy on the internet,
retrospective.
and all of a sudden he just took a webcam and started screaming during playing horror games and stuff, and he got viral popularity off of that. So then he started doing other playthroughs, and next thing you know, now he's jumping and becoming one of the biggest YouTubers and virally, exponential growth and all of that. He's basically kind of the Cinderella story
Which
of YouTube.
Panda
This guy didn't have a
Lee
huge
video
budget. He didn't
should he
have a
watch
bunch of
Arizona?
promotion. He didn't have all these people behind him. But he's
There's a
become
bunch
the
of them that he
popular
could
YouTuber.
debunk.
And to think that the biggest, most popular YouTuber
Or at least try to
ever,
debunk
who
on.
basically came from nothing, is now putting out videos that are 100% fabricated because he's only saying positive things about a game. A lot of people are now going to kind of have the wool taken off of
his
their eyes
emergency
and say,
video?
wow,
Yikes.
well, I never realized
That'd
that.
be
I'm not
rough.
watching
He's not
PewDiePie
watching that,
anymore
though.
because anything I watch on that channel any given day could be a paid advertisement that's illegitimate. And the bottom line is this. Most people who watch YouTube don't do their due diligence. They're not going to look at every video they watch. They're not going to check the video description and read through all these lines. 'Cause the bottom line is most of the fucking video descriptions are tons of advertisement. Anyway, do you want to sift through all of that to see if somewhere in there it says, oh, by the way, this video is a paid advertisement and not legit? Most people aren't going to do that. And so when they hear, well, PewDiePie does paid advertisements, they're going to say, well, that's all his videos. They're paid advertisements, or at least I'm not going to check every one of his videos to see if it's a paid advertisement. So screw him, and they're going to move on. And you know what? Too bad for PewDiePie, because you took the paycheck. Like, when you do these paid advertisement campaigns, that's the double-edged sword that you're dealing with. So
the
second
first
that you
line
signed
in
on the dotted line and
DSP's
took that
description
tens
are
of
where to
thousands of
tip
dollars
him.
paycheck for the Shadow of
Oh,
Mordor ad
Keeper's
campaign,
damn right
you
about
risk
that.
losing the legitimacy of your viewership because your videos are no longer going to be viewed as legitimate. Now, for some people, they won't give a shit. Well, everything I do on YouTube, I do for money, so I don't care. Now, I don't know PewDiePie personally. Maybe he does take offense. Maybe he does actually love gaming and he loves what he does for a living and he wants to continue doing this. And he wants to continue covering games.
More games than DSP does. That's for sure. He enjoys playing video games more than DSP does.
But he has to take the blame
it's a
for
job
it
to
because he's
DSP
the
now.
one who actively
He hates his
decided
work, too.
to lose legitimacy by participating in this campaign. I'll give you an example here. A couple years back with the launch of the Xbox One, Machinima, who is, disclosure, that's the company who I'm partnered with on YouTube.
Not
They're my
anymore.
partnership company. All my channels are partnered with Machinima, and they're the reason that I make money on YouTube videos, all right?
Oh,
But
so
I
you don't make
work
money
for
anymore on
Machinima.
YouTube
I'm
videos.
just an
Oh, no.
independent contractor signed under them, okay? They had a campaign with the launch of the Xbox One that any video that you made on the Xbox One, you would get a bounty, meaning you would make extra money on it if you participated in this campaign.
You know,
But
he
to
was just
participate in
salivating
the
in his mouth for that
campaign,
extra money.
you had to put all this kind of legal mumbo jumbo in the description of your video, and you had to submit your video through this third-party kind of website and get it approved and all of that. And in addition to that, you basically only had to say positive things. If you said anything negative about the Xbox One, your video could not be submitted for this bounty program. Now,
should ask him that.
I full well knew when I covered the launch of both the PS4 and the Xbox One, there were going to be positives and negatives. And again, I pride myself on that the videos that I put out are legitimate. All right, and now when you watch my videos, you're going to get my honest reactions and my opinions about what's good
that's
and what's
what your
bad.
description
and I
should
think we
be.
should all
It's
be
a
honest here. The launch of the Xbox One
description
was
of what you're
far
about to
from
watch.
faultless. There were tons
And
of
then
things that were just
whatever
weird about the
else
console. Remember, it launched
plugs
only
you
with
wanna
the
put in
Kinect,
there.
and the Kinect barely
And it
even
should be
worked.
that
You can
easy.
check all that out on DSP Gaming, by the way. I had all that coverage of the launch of the console on my gaming channel, DSP Gaming, and boy, was it hilarious what a joke that thing was, trying to tell it to search for stuff, and it wasn't even finding it. It was silly. But the reason that my coverage was so popular and successful was because I was real. Imagine if every video I put about the Xbox One, wow, the Kinect is awesome, guys. Look, I'm going through the menus, and it's perfectly matching everything I said.
The only thing I liked about the Kinect at launch was the voice controls.
Of the
To
time,
be able to sit there and tell it to go to play a certain game or to record a clip
perfectly.
for me.
So now people are like, wow, this console's great. I'm going to run out and buy an Xbox One because it works perfectly. They go home, they hook it up, and the Kinect doesn't work for them. I would kind of lose some credibility. You know what I mean? Now, in particular, in regards to this particular sponsorship deal with the Xbox One, Machinima got into hot water because they did not require that legally the people who had these bounty videos and made extra money disclosed that their videos were paid advertisements, and they got sued and they got in trouble, just like Warner Brothers just did. Machinima went through the same damned thing, all right? But I knew better. Back then, during the launch of the Xbox One, I saw the program, I saw what it was, I saw the requirements, and I said, by no means am I going to participate in this fucking program. Now, I could take a giant paycheck.
He was too lazy to participate in the program. That's what it was.
Dollars
they told him, hey, you have to go ahead and put it up on a different website, a third party.
Knew better. I didn't go for the quick buck. I went for the long term. And I said, if I'm legit, I'll have people who follow me because I'm legit and not because I'm making shit up or keeping the truth out of my videos for the sake of advertising something and misleading my viewership, all right?
You do that
Sadly,
anyways.
that's what PewDiePie and many of these top YouTubers did. And I hate to tell you, they do it all the time.
Oh,
this
no.
is an opportunity they get
They like
all
to make
the
money.
fucking time.
I
So
am
if
so
you're
shocked
watching one
as
of the
an
super
adult.
popular YouTubers,
Oh, no.
and all of a sudden they're playing a game, right? And they're, oh, look, here's a drink. Oh, Dasani water. Oh, it's so good and refreshing. You got to take it with a grain of salt, and you got to understand that more times often than not, they're probably taking a paycheck because YouTube is the advertisement medium for youth. They know that younger people are watching YouTube and that this is where they need to throw their advertisement dollars, not television, because almost no young people are watching the live TV anymore, with the exception of a few shows here and there. So that's the thing, that's the real controversy behind this Warner Brothers scandal. It's not that PewDiePie did disclose or didn't disclose that he did a paid advertisement campaign for Shadows of Mordor. It's that he did it just in general. And that he destroyed the legitimacy of his videos. That any video, any day he puts out could be an ad, and you have to basically go through every line of text in the description of his videos to see if anything is a paid advertisement. Who the fuck wants to do that? You know what I mean? And there are other YouTubers out there, like myself, who are legit and don't fucking do that shit. Because we're smarter than that. And we know that having longevity on YouTube and being able to operate a business that prides itself on honesty, and loyalty, and morality is more important than the cheap payout. But that's how
you're not honest.
Are making a
you don't have any loyalty. You don't understand what any of that means.
And now the whole lid's blown off. That's what the controversy of the Warner Brothers scandal is.
I turned that bad boy off.
Seem to get that. He
thinks, the voice mod is off.
Because I didn't disclose in the description of my video. Oh, I did, so they're all slanderous. Yeah, in regards to that one particular part of the scandal,
OSB is
you're
having some
absolutely
issues
right.
or something.
They lied or they misrepresented the truth about PewDiePie. But the fact that he is part of the advertisement campaign in itself is the controversy here. And it's interesting because I said earlier in this video, look at the big YouTubers who came out in PewDiePie's defense. Oh, this is a witch hunt. This is, you know, them trying to seek down the most popular YouTuber and bring him down just because of jealousy or because it would get them cheap clicks on their articles. And I'll be honest here, in a lot of ways it's probably true. But now you have to say, gee, that particular big YouTuber just defended PewDiePie in their own video or in the comments of his video. Don't you think that maybe they do the same fucking thing? You know what I mean? Like, why do you think they're defending him? If anything, just fucking stay out of it, right? But no, if they're coming to the defense, don't you think maybe there's some buyer's remorse or guilt there that they're probably participating in the same kind of shit too? And so for them, they're like, oh, this is totally unfair that they would you know, point out PewDiePie when all of us are doing it too, but we all disclose it. Doesn't matter. The problem is you took the paid advertisement to begin with, and your legitimacy is absolutely fucking destroyed. Now listen, is PewDiePie going to be destroyed by this controversy? Fuck no. In fact, you actually go to the video.
He moves across country to avoid taxes and still gets hit by taxes.
1,000 comments are, we'll support you no matter what.
No
matter
well
what.
at all.
So if PewDiePie on camera went out and took a kitten and ripped its fucking head off, We support you no matter what. That's how these people are. That's the crazy
What?
mentality of a fan base on YouTube. Is
doesn't
that they
make
just
any
like
sense.
they'll forgive anything for their most popular celebrities and their personalities and all of that, right? I think that's insane. I did to let anyone do
But
anything
his
that
own
they do,
fan
we'll give
base
it-
supports
we'll
Phil
give
no
it the
matter
benefit
what.
of the doubt. But the bottom line is, most people who watch PewDiePie probably don't give a shit because. Let's face it, when you watch his videos, are you looking for a legitimate gamer going through and giving their honest reactions, or are you looking for his overreaction, or his comedy, or his personality shining through to give you a cheap laugh? That's what most people watch his videos for. They're not looking for PewDiePie, the most serious gamer on the internet, providing only the most legitimate of coverage of every game. No. That's not what he's known for.
Phil doesn't
So I don't
provide
think
that
this
either.
Is going to really
So I don't know why he's
significantly
talking about
hurt
this.
him, only for people who are so fucking naive, right? That they thought that what these big YouTubers are putting out there is
Shit's 10
100%
already?
true and truthful, and never would they actually say or do something
His
that's
boobs
not true.
have gotten
You're out of
much
your mind
bigger
if that's
now
what you believe. You
over
gotta
these
really
last
wake
few
up to the
years.
real world and how it works. And I know for a lot of younger audience, you know, teenagers who are just being aware of this world around this commercial world, right? That this is an eye-opening experience. Yeah, the sooner you realize that this is how the world is, the better. Now, you will be able to find legitimate people, but they're few and far between, and the bottom line is they're not rich. They're not the ones at the top, and they never will be. Because how do you think
So
you get
Phil
those
is not
opportunities?
legitimate then.
You know what I mean? If early on in my YouTube
'Cause he's
career,
making
I
$1,000
decided to
a
be
month.
a clown, and everything I did was going to be for a cheap laugh, and I was going to do highlight reels and montages of the funniest or the silliest or my biggest fails or all of
He's
that.
a
and not
clown
give you the
now.
legitimate
He's
gameplay
doing
experience
throat
that I've given
clears
you
and all
for
sorts
the
of
past
shenanigans.
7 to 8 years. I probably would be way more fucking popular on YouTube. I also would have no legitimacy, and
You
I
don't.
wouldn't enjoy what I'm doing for a living daily.
You don't.
And I wouldn't want to do it anymore. But I would take the
You
paycheck.
probably don't.
And that's the big difference between different kinds of YouTubers that you have to
Ugh.
realize when you watch these scandals
He's just
unfold.
talking about himself right,
All right.
there. There's
That's
no
my
self-awareness.
reaction, my take on the subject. What do you think? Leave a comment on this video. Let me know.
Yeah, so I definitely encourage you guys to go ahead and watch some of these reaction videos. It's a nice little playlist. Yeah, all sorts of ones. Like, you know, a Ghostbusters reboot. Talk about. Yeah. He talks about quite a few. But look, Toby Turner gets talked about. He goes ahead and reacts about all sorts of stuff. Wrestling and Deadpool movie and the Fine Brothers. It's just all sorts of react videos. 25 of them to be precise. And they're all like that. Where he turns them around and tries to make it more about himself and how he's a legitimate person and a real dude. And he's not a clown, but we all know that things have changed in the last few years. Well, the outward face. Most of us already knew he's been doing this kind of garbage for years. So, Phil, you put yourself in a bad light multiple times, and it's hilarious to see. So, deal with it. But I gotta run. It's about time I end this. I gotta get ready for that vacation stuff. That Ninja Turtle video is hilarious if you haven't seen that one before. So, we'll wrap it up there. And I have a new Pig Roach files coming out tomorrow. They'll be ready to go. And I've got a new one coming out while I'm out on vacation. So, hopefully you listen to some lovely Phil rants, and it was a good time. I'm sorry if the voice modulator stuff isn't working out on time, and it's going to take a little bit of work with on my own end. So, but it shouldn't affect live streams from here on out for a while because, well, Agent Proper will be back. So we'll have a good time with that. Okay. Otherwise, I got a lot of work to do coming up with those last few lovely points on Phil's the end of the year video. I still waiting for Phil to go ahead and fuck up again, because we all know he's going to do it. That's a surefire thing. Phil is going to fuck up come this hardcore begging season. He's not going to say, "Oh, things are okay, dudes. I made enough money to cover my taxes." Yeah, that's not happening. So we're going to get the black shirt. We're going to get the begging videos. We're going to get a state of DSP where he's concerned about losing his house again, and he's going to go fishing for whales. You know. So it's going to be a good time. If you're around, I'm sure somebody out there is probably going to be restreaming him yet again. So, but I'm going to be taking probably a good solid week hiatus from majority of Phil here. And it's going to be awesome. His Thanksgiving disaster, his Christmas clown streams, those are all going to be great. He does have a big head. I never realized how big Phil's head is until I actually started photoshopping him into other people's pictures. And it's hilarious because it just doesn't work for him sometimes. So, just take it easy, Agent. Stay safe. We'll get Agent Proper back. No worries. Pig Roach Files will continue because I'm enjoying working on them more and more. I'm trying to step up that editing, step up that writing, and bring you a more enjoyable stuff. You know, it's going to be fun. Oh, and you made a video? Cool. Send that to me over there on Twitter, Sunspot, so I can check that out. But otherwise, thanks for all of you being here. And, well, we'll check back in. I can't wait to see what you guys think about the next Pig Roach Files. It's one of my more kind of out there creative videos, I'd say. So, let's just look forward. It's going to be a great time throughout the end of this year. So, I will see you soon, guys. Take care.